Welcome one, welcome all back to Random Race Commentary here on the Nukeshot Motorsport channel. Quickly doing an audio check. Yep, everything seems to be running just fine. We've got the chat up on my phone. So, yes, of course, welcome to episode 5 of Random Race Commentary. We are in another online lobby that I have set up, so it sort of defeats the purpose a bit of Random Race Commentary. But besides that, Fomoko saying hello in chat. Hello, sir. Or ma'am, or whatever you are. Hello, Fomoko. Already up to 3 viewers. Things going very well for us so far. So, for today's episode, we are going to be at the Dragon Trail Seaside layout. So, death chicanes, understeering S's, and tricky hairpins are the order of the day. Shall be an interesting one. Tyre wear is set to 2 times. Fuel is not going to be an issue here. We've got 10 laps. Let's meet some of the competitors. Currently on pole position we have June in a very metallic green Porsche 911, looking very nice there, very simplistic. Of course, the fastest of drivers don't necessarily need the best of liveries to be fast. They are just naturally gifted, or have worked their way up to the top. Davio in second currently, 6/10 behind June this time at the current moment in that AMG. Just behind them is Dami Gions in a bright yellow AMG as well, so the AMG is looking strong already. They make their way through the S's now. Murkovi in a Ford GT, stock livery on that. Ford GT, very tricky car in terms of the handling department, but if you learn to master it, it is very, very strong. See, maybe just getting a bit of oversteer there. Lemmings will be in a Volkswagen Beetle here, you can see. They've just left the track rather. There's an indication of what's probably going to happen in the race. There are penalties on just for corner cutting, so nothing too fancy for impacts and stuff. However, I believe ghosting has been set to the middle setting, so it's not off, but it is weak. Got a couple or a few more competitors. Oh my, okay, that's going to be a bit concerning. Got a bit of a pinball going on here with Fire Warrior and the Beetle. People getting a smidge impatient in the race lobby chat, so I'll probably just cut straight to the chase. Starting now. Okay, I'm the only one off track, so that's a good start. Oh, someone's texting. They'll be fine. Have a good race, lads. Actually, should I be in this menu? Because before it has glitched in the past. We'll see how it goes from here. Anyway, it is time for the first race of the evening here at Dragon Trail Seaside in beautiful Croatia. It is, of course, the Porsche of June still in pole position. Davio lines up alongside in the AMG. Dami Gions in third, Murkovi fourth. And it does look like we have the glitch where we can't switch cameras. However, we'll catch the start before I reset that. Lights are red. Lights go green, and away we go. June gets a bit of wheel spin. It's a good stop by Dami Gions, who makes it 3 wide. The Ford GT also gets a good stop. Murkovi, he's up to second already, and looking to challenge on the inside perhaps. Late on the brakes there. and that was Damijan's running wide and into the gravel there. More cars going off already. That was a BMW M6. Markovi currently leads as they make their way through turn 3 and now turn 4. Very solid on the brakes there right now. Davio in hot pursuit. Crazy John, NES contender, well known in our community, in third, looking to gain a fair bit of ground on the 2 leaders as they make their way through the S's. I think we can use this time to quickly fix. The cameras will go on board with Crazy John as they make their way through the hairpin leading up to the chicane of death. Let's see how good Crazy John, Season 2 NES GT champion, is through here. Uses a nice amount of curves, avoids the walls. Good work by him. Meanwhile, up ahead, you can see Davio in the slipstream of Markovi, but the 4GT very strong in a straight line. Looks like it's running a bit wide though, with Davio not making use of the exit curve. Go back a bit where we see El Jahey being slipstreamed by Fire Warrior, the lag machine in the Volkswagen Beetle. Getting very close, Fire Warrior trying to look down the inside there. It goes through El Jahey and is lagging all over the place. Definitely a safety hazard there. OTK just trying to get through in one piece. Been in this situation before on many occasions. When you have a lagging car in front, it is absolutely terrifying and you just end up losing heaps of time just trying to not make contact. You see dust being kicked up as they are all over the place. Looks like OTK just gets ahead for now as they drop down the order. Davio looks like they might be trying something into the hairpin. Do they know? They stay behind for now, but they are a lot closer than they were originally. That 4GT going defensive line there, leading up to the chicane of death. Coming through there now, very smooth there. Markovi in the wall, they're going to lose the momentum, and Davio goes to the outside. Crazy John looking to perhaps make it 3 wide. Davio will probably try and get the cutback here if CJ doesn't block his inside line. Doesn't quite work out for him. It is a train of 3 after 2 laps. Crazy John looking like they might have quite a decent run here on Davio. Will they go? Yep, they've dived. Crazy John has dived. There's contact. That was front, right to left, rear, and that has sent Davio sliding a bit there, losing position. That would generally probably be an illegal move. However, it's more of a casual lobby, as we have said in the past, so these things aren't enforced as much. At least everyone's driving cleaner than the last episode. Or the majority of people anyway. So Crazy John up into second now. Markovi still leads. If anything, that gap has extended after that little duel between Davio and Crazy John. A bit further back we shall go. El Jahey and OTK. But I'm not a rapper. OTK in the slipstream again, coming down to the hairpin here, leading up to the death chicane. If they go side by side here, it is complete suicide, so they have to go single file. If they have any sort of sanity, they do so. OTK still in the slipstream. They go to the inside. El Jahey didn't have the opportunity there to cover the inside line.com, and OTK should, unless El Jahey is late on the brakes or gets a cutback, be safe. They do in fact get a cutback, and OTK a bit slidey on exit, and El Jahey just about holds the position as I need to cough because my throat is already getting a bit damaged. My apologies for that. OTK looking to perhaps go to the outside. No, they fake to the inside. They're late on the brakes. Did they get the car stopped? Yes, they do. Up into 4th for them. Going further back, Damigians rather, in 6th. FJC 7th. Fire Warrior, the complete lag machine, in 8th. Little Comptoir in 9th in that Red Bull liveried 911. Crazy John in the lead now, as Davio has got into 2nd. So Mokovi, what's happened to Mokovi? Mokovi's off. Mokovi off in the S's. And that is really unfortunate. They've just sort of stopped. They've gone. Was that a disconnection or just a rage quit? We do not know, but Crazy John is in the lead of this race as they go through the death chicane. You get all very close to that wall there on the inside. Of course, if you do take too much curb on that last sort of section of it, the car will jump, and it just increases the understeer as you get closer and closer to that outside wall. It is terrifying. But of course, Crazy John, a very experienced driver. We would expect nothing less from him right now. There is currently a 2.6 second gap down to Davio in the AMG. OTK perhaps under a bit of pressure from LJ Hay or something along those lines. Anyway, it looks like they're going to defend the inside line again. Late on the brakes, but maybe a bit too late, as LJ had a thought about it. In the end, OTK defends the position still. As we have our first pit stop, that's Little Comptoir. They were on racing hard, so they've decided to pit for no obvious reason there. That was a bit odd. Oh wait, no, they've changed to super soft, so they realised that racing hards were not working out for them. So they're now on super softs, but they have got a lot of time to catch up to Fire Warrior in 7th. 24 seconds, in fact. Crazy John going through the death chicane again. Perhaps, I was about to say being a bit more conservative through there, certainly not. Still getting as close as he was the lap before. Coming up to the half the race done marker, so I don't get copyright struck from another channel. Davio still 2nd. Best lap currently a 137.9. They better that with a 137.3 essentially, with it being a 299. So they are on a charge. Crazy John, current best lap of the race of the 136.1 though, so they are certainly pulling a bit of a gap. Those tyres starting to wear a bit. That shouldn't have much of an effect on him right now. Might start to have an effect towards the end of the race. We'll have to see. Of course, fuel still not going to be an issue for them. Davio now making their way through the S's. Would seem that their tyre wear seems to be perhaps a bit more significant than Crazy John's at this stage. The AMG, of course, being a front engine car, so under braking, front tyres on under a lot more load than an MR car such as the R8 of Crazy John. Currently now going on board through the death chicane, see how Davio does. Nice and close to the walls. Very, very close there. You couldn't really ask for much more than that. Coming into the final corner, or essentially the final corner, as it's just a short kink leading onto the straight just about now. You can still see Crazy John, and it just takes one major mistake from Crazy John for him to take that first position away. Going a bit further back, LJ Hay in 3rd now, so OTK had lost that position. There's a gap of 5/10 between them, so OTK is still in slipstream range. If anything, they're looking a bit stronger in that Pink Pig Porsche through this section. They're running quite wide there on exit of the first chicane, turns 1 and 2. All depends if you count these small kinks as actual corners. But OTK all over the back of El Jahay. Coming through the S's now, we're going on board with OTK. You can see the Porsche far superior in the corners. It being a GTE spec car, it has superior aerodynamics. Will they go to the inside? El Jahay leaves the space there. And they get a bit of a cutback. So they're coming up to the death chicane. Are they going to go 2x2 through here? El Jahay decides to think better of it and backs out. But now the M6 will have the grunt in the straight line as well as the slipstream on the Porsche. OTK doesn't defend the inside line.com and El Jahay late on the brakes there. OTK getting another cutback. They bang doors there a bit. El Jahay keeps third position for now. But you can see OTK still in the slipstream, looking to go down the inside. Thinks better of it again. The opportunity wasn't quite there this time, and now they're starting to slide about quite a bit. El Jahay actually on racing soft tyres, I've just noticed, so they will have superior grip compared to OTK. So the fact that the Porsche is still faster through corners like the S's, it's a bit baffling. Of course, balance of performance is on. Go back further ahead. Davio still second. The gap to CJ has definitely come down a bit. Crazy John just flirting with the barriers there yet again. Let's go a bit further down the order. Little Comptoir sliding a bit on those new racing super softs. FJC is now in 7th, so Fire Warriors got ahead of them. The gap that Lil Compton has to make up now in this cleaner is 12 seconds to the BMW M3 of FJC. Definitely got quite worn super softs on the front again because it is a front engine car. Very heavy loads go through those front tyres. As they make a mistake there and they're into the barrier. That's probably another copyright strike, but they have definitely lost a lot of momentum through there. Lil Comptoir doesn't make the same mistake, they play it relatively safe and they will gain tenths upon tenths on FJC. Going up ahead again. Fire Warrior by himself for now. Dami Gion's also on a bit of an island. They are clipping the gravel in places, so they need to buckle down, keep their heads down and just keep being a bit more consistent than they are right now. Currently 5/10 off their current best lap time. OTK still on the back of El Jahay. Still in slipstream range, so that's crucial. The slipstream is definitely keeping the Porsche alive in this fight, as they are very late on the brakes there. They seem to be a bit more confident on the brakes than El Jahay. Those racing softs starting to wear a bit more than those racing mediums as expected. As OTK goes very, very close to the barriers there, and he on the inside again. El Jahay didn't have the chance to defend there as the weight of the car was shifted over to the left. They go for a wide entry to hopefully get cut back, but OTK covers the line well. But now again, the BMW will have the slipstream. We're going on board again with this side camera shot. You can see OTK solid on the brakes again. LJH just having to slot back in, running on the marbles a bit there. That's definitely not going to help them. It is the last lap of the race already. So they're making their way up towards the S's again. You can see the flames of the BMW M6, the side exhausts, as they change down a gear there. Coming up to the hairpin, this might be one of LJH's last chances. And they seem quite desperate. They're gaining quite a bit of time now. Of course, they still have to probably go single file through the chicane of death. Look at how close they're getting. In fact, OTK clips the barriers there and they'll lose a bit of momentum. But it's Davio, in fact, who's gone to win the race somehow. So Crazy John ends up finishing second. They might have had an off or something. It's side by side between OTK and LJH. Who's going to get there first? It is just OTK by 15 thousandths of a second. That is unbelievable stuff. Great battle between the two there, kept it relatively fair. Dami Gions in 5th, they cross the line. Fire Warrior, the lag machine, ends up 6th. FJC and Lil Comtor's actually caught up quite a bit here now. In fact, they might be able to overtake them before the line if they have the momentum. Yep, they're alongside. Oh, and they just get it. Lil Comtor just gets it on the line. Congratulations to them, but the most congratulations, of course, has to go to this man, Davio64. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to CJ. They look like they had that race in hand until they must have made a mistake or something there. That concludes race 1. Let's go through chat. Yep, vote C John in the chat saying, guess what happened again? That implies running a bit too wide over a curb and clipping the grass, putting you into a spin. Yep, keyword grass. Ah, dear. When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Having a sip of milk because I can drink legally, but I don't know. It's night. I probably shouldn't. Nor do I actually like the taste of alcohol. On a side note, don't have to run white. What? Hold on. Hold on. Anyway, race winner Davio's just left the room. We have people wanting to change the track. We can do that here. Track vote. If people want the same track, of course they can vote for it again. I'll leave the voting up to them. What will we get? We have a vote for Northern Isle Speedway. Crazy John, get lost. Catalonia. Someone wants Dragon Trail Seaside again. Another vote for Dragon Trail Seaside. There's 3 votes for Barcelona, Catalonia. Fisherman's Ranch, of course, from the lag machine himself. Dami Gions has apparently been on the cush, as they say back in 2014. Currently have 6 viewers. Well, 5, because one of them is me on my phone, as usual. Or usual. I can pronounce words. But anyway, we are now going back to Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya from the November update, I believe it was. Update previous to this one. We're currently in December, in case that wasn't obvious to you scrubs. Oh, now we have 6 viewers. So nice. Let's see who we have here. Lars will be in an M3, according to this. Lil Comtois sticking with their 911. Kestrel in an RCZ. Toy3 making a return from episode 1. I remember that name well. In their signature Mustang. Dami Gions in their AMG still. Just gonna check something. It says, according to the icon here, the main color's green, despite it being the pretty much main yellow livery, but I'll ignore that. And another AMG is Sandar. Going to be quite an interesting one. I'll let these guys warm up a bit. Crazy John's not getting on track because he is a scrub, as we all know. Currently Damigian's furthest around the track at this stage. Fire Warrior seems to not be lagging as much as they were earlier, so that's a good sign there. Very almost graffiti-esque sticker bomb styled Volkswagen Beetle. We have Lil Comtois running very wide there onto the grass. Easy done. Better to make your mistakes in practice / qualifying than in the race itself. Toysery, here he is again in that black and red Mustang. Car number 16 there. Sandar, oh, that is a very nice looking Red Bull livery there, sir. Mika, once again, we don't say that word in chat, as Sandar actually clips a bit of the sand there, or gravel rather, and runs a bit wide, but again, better to make your mistakes in practice than the race. I'll give everyone enough time to have at least one qualifying attempt. Lil Comtois has gone into the pits. They're on racing hards again, and they're switching to racing soft. I'll just help them out. Oh, Sandoff saying thanks. So I assume he's listening in as one of the viewers. So yeah, thanks for listening in. Hope you're enjoying yourself as much as I am. As Lil Comtois gets a 0.5 penalty. They slow down for that. Hopefully they get the message that I'm trying to give them. What times are being set? Do we even have all the information? Well, Dami Gion's about to come across the line for the first time. It's 157.797. That is a lot of sevens. Toy3, you just saw in the background here, they are setting a 149.87, practically 8 seconds faster. That little Comtois just getting help there, saying thanks. No problem, lad. Or lass, or whatever you are. Mika has broken his nose today. Fantastic. Okay, we currently only have 4 or 3 cars on track, 2 in the pits. People leaving. Bother. I mean, we could do a 5-car race. It won't be as exciting, but it would be a decent test of how good I am at rambling, I suppose. Something I'm trying to improve on, in case that wasn't obvious. Also, I am trying to stop sounding like this when I commentate, because it is not exactly that professional. I think. I don't know anymore, I completely lost it. Is that the RCZ? It might be in the AMG. I'll quickly check the livery of this. No, it's definitely the RCZ then, if it was green. Starting soon, I'll say. Dude, everything seems to be going wrong for Mika right now. In fact, can everyone here just please, as a sign of respect, just type F in the chat for Mika and his nose being caved in or something like that. I've started you off. Immediately we lose 2 viewers, fantastic. Crazy John actually going to get on track? Oh no, Sandar. Why? I should probably start before even more people leave. A 4-car race? That's going to be an interesting one, I suppose. We'll see how it goes. Race is starting. Did CJ actually say anything about something back in 16? Oh right. Let's pretend that that didn't happen there. Anyway, we are here for race 2 on this time Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. I can finally pronounce that right. We have the bright yellow AMG GT3 of Damigians in first. Kestrel lines up alongside in the RCZ. Second, Toy 3 in the Mustang from episode 1 making a return. In third, Little Comtois in fourth in the Porsche. Yep, once again having the glitch. Toysery, oh, was that a false start there? Yep, Toysery with a false start. They get going now, as everyone else is away. 3 cars making their way across. The RCZ of Kestrel gets a good start. Little Comtois looking down the inside though into turn 1. Nearly getting ahead of Damigians and Kestrel. Kestrel just about getting away for now. Everyone seems to be on a decent set of tyres this time, as Little Comtois again looking to make a move, this time into turn 4. As Damigians runs a bit wide, perhaps. Toysery just trying to catch up again. We know they have decent pace. Kestrel definitely pulling a bit of a gap now. It's above the 7/10 that you can get for slipstream, that's for sure. As Damigians makes a mistake, they're on the grass, and Little Comtois easily gets through on the inside there. Didn't need to make a move, the door was left open for him. But Damigians all over the back of Little Comtois yet again, trying to retake him, late on the brakes. Looks like they get it done, so they retake their position after they made that mistake, but all of this is just allowing Kestrel to get away. Damigians saying he's sorry, so perhaps there was contact or something. I personally didn't see much, if anything. The gap to Kestrel now 2 seconds, but it seems like Kestrel's taking it very easy over the curbs. Kestrel's slowing down quite a bit. Not sure what's going on there. Kestrel's just let Damigians pass. So maybe My only guess is that they're doing a sportsmanly thing and keeping the race alive. Which, if that's the case, then fair play, I guess. Going through the turn 1 and 2 complex. Now where is Toysery in all this? Toysery just going through now. Got about 5 seconds to make up. They just clip the grass on the inside, getting a bit of dirt on the inside tyres. Mainly the outside tyres that you have to rely on through this section. They take the majority of the load. Helicopter San in the background there. Damigion's still in the lead. If anything, it looks like Le Comptoir might be coming under a bit of pressure from, or rather the other way around, Kestrel coming under a bit of pressure from Le Comptoir as they come through this short right-hander. Le Comptoir not using the slipstream. Even on move, but they late on the brakes. Do they outbrake themselves? No, they make the apex. That was quite a nice late outbraking. So Kestrel's definitely struggling a bit now. The RCZ being mid-engine. I have quite a bit of experience with the car myself. My setup that I found for it makes it a fair bit more drivable than stock. Definitely a car that requires a setup though, especially for curbs. It really doesn't like curbs. That might be why we saw them slow down quite a bit. They might have also had a penalty for going over the curbs, as Le Comptoir and Damigion swap positions. Le Comptoir now leads going into turn 1. I was about to say exit, but no. We are not resetting the camera just yet because Damigion is still getting very, very close to the back of Le Comptoir. The slipstream will be helping, but the dirty air certainly won't. Kestrel still there, just ready to pick up the pieces if anything happens. Toysery has left, so commiserations to them. At least these three are guaranteed a podium result. Le Comptoir using just about the amount of track width that you're allowed there on exit. Same too for Damigion. Kestrel again just seems to be falling back a bit. They're 2.1 seconds behind now. I originally thought it was sportsmanship as Kestrel goes wide. I just saw that and went into the gravel. Kestrel's gone. Kestrel has gone, so it is now a 2-person duel. These two look very equal on pace. Le Comptoir on the super softs, Damigion's on the regular softs, so Damigion's should be a bit faster later in the race. They clip the gravel though, and you can see the gravel just spurting onto the track. They get a 0.9 second penalty. That's really going to hurt them. That's going to put them out of slipstream range, so they might want to serve it in a slower section of track, because they're still, in fact, are they in slipstream range? Yes, just barely, I think. Certainly now. The AMG definitely seems to have the legs on the Porsche, as is anyway. We've got the penalty down to 0.5 without losing too much time, so fair play to them as they're coming through turn 3. Now I'll probably exit so we can have an onboard from Le Comptoir's perspective. The rear wing cam works just fine. Through turn 5 now. The gap is now pretty much up to a second, so that's definitely out of slipstream range, but out of dirty air range more than likely as well. Le Comptoir's 911 RSR definitely seems to be better in the twisty stuff compared to the AMG, as you just saw Damigion's running a bit wide. Currently 2/10 up on the fastest lap of the race, so that's on schedule to be around a 1:45.1. Gotta be very patient on the throttle coming through this section. Damigion's nearly loses it. on the power, trying desperately to stay with the Porsche ahead, as they serve a bit more of their penalty there, but they are far away from the slipstream range now. 1.5 seconds. You can see they're barely visible on screen right now. And Little Comptoir lifting off the throttle. So that is definitely a sportsmanship move there to keep the battle alive. Unless they got a penalty, we were on board, so there is a chance of that, because we wouldn't have seen if they had got a penalty. They're ghosted, so that implies they are paused. Bit of an odd situation right now. Damigion's still just trailing behind. They're definitely in slipstream range. Being respectful in not overtaking Little Comptoir while they are ghosted or typing or something. Looks like we're having a bit of a safety car period or something. Are they just going to stop on track? They have. Yellow flags are out. I am not sure what is going on here. Do neither of them want to win the race or something? This is a bit odd. Not seen anything like this before. Very stop-starty. I think Little Comptoir just wants Damigions to get ahead. I think they've just about got the message now. It's quite an odd situation there. So they're up to speed again now. Damigions leads, Little Comptoir second. Those are the only two cars currently here. As Damigions runs very wide on exit there, going across the curve quite a lot, as Little Comptoir goes around the outside of them, going into the very tight and twisty section towards the end of the lap. Now running back through the last corner onto the straight. Damigions will have the slipstream again. They're weaving. And Damigions leads. They're saying sorry in the message chat there. That's quite odd, but Little Comptoir now gets ahead again. This is quite the odd race right now, if you can even call it one, because of the weird circumstances that are surrounding this. And it looks like, well, Damigions has just left the track, so that just leaves Little Comptoir. So technically Little Comptoir is our race winner, so congratulations for them for being the last man standing in this battle royale of a race, if you can call it that, because there were only around, what, 6 starters, if that. So yeah, that hasn't happened before, but it was something. I guess people leaving the lobby now. It seems like we might be ending this episode off a bit early, which is a shame. Could have probably fitted one more in. Both of them leave, as Toyser is the only person left to stay. They're going down the pit lane. What to do? Just trying to think about this. Hi, helicopter Sam. I see you there. Not enough people online there. Oh, this is a bit unfortunate. Well, I suppose we have had at least one race. So I guess that concludes this episode of Random Race Commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the premature ending to all of that, but I don't know, these things happen, I guess. Hopefully you will stick around on the channel for future content, as well as, if you haven't checked it out already, I have done 4 other episodes of this, including some with some special guests, such as Durton from Half the Race Gone, or Dynamite from Half the Race Gone, rather, Snippy Boy from the NES, the original commentator of that series, and Gugus, the editor, or not editor, but the reporter for the NES TV articles and stuff. So yeah, feel free to check them out. I do other series as well. Hope you've enjoyed. Please, of all things that I need right now, feedback. Leave feedback on how I have done and how I can improve and stuff. That's going to be the main thing, the main reason I started this up this time of the day. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I've been offapple from Nukeshot Motorsport. I will be seeing you next time, sometime in the future. Later, folks.